All right. So when we solve by graphing, we are going to have to use our knowledge of graphing in slope-intercept form to be able to graph both these lines on the same XY coordinate plane. So a little reminder, these y equals mx plus b. M is our slope, which is a rise over run concept. B is our y-intercept, where it crosses the y-axis. So if I'm looking to graph this first equation, I start at my origin and I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, because you always start at your y-intercept. And now to complete the graph, I have to use my knowledge of my slope. So my slope is -3. So that tells me the first direction I go down 3, and my run is 1. So I go to the right 1. I either go up and to the right or down and to the right. And that positive or negative tells me whether I go up and down. Okay, so I go down 3 and over 1 again. And down 3 and over 1.
What's the top number?
Which top number?
On the line. On the y-axis.
That's just a y right there. We go up 4. Now, to reverse that pattern, if I want to go back, I have to go up, and since I reversed it, I go to the left. All right. Now, you can either use a straight edge or you can just freehand it if you're very good at freehanding. And drawing your arrows on your line to indicate that it goes on forever. All right, now I have to graph my second line. I start on my y-axis once again, so start at -2. And my direction is positive, right? So I have to go up and to the right. So I go up 1, 2, 3, and to the right 1. And then I continue that up 1, 2, 3, and to the right 1. And up 1, 2, 3, and to the right 1. All right, to complete my pattern, I go back to my y-intercept and I reverse that entirely. I go down 3 and to the left 1. Draw in my line. All right, now, if I'm solving by graphing, what I have to look at is where the lines intersect. That's what's most important. And they intersect here, and they intersect at 1, 1. Right? Because we go to the right 1 and up 1. Okay, now, to check these answers, we're going to have to plug these back in. So plug +1 in for x. So this is for my top equation. I have -3 times +1 plus 4. And that's supposed to equal my y value, which is also +1. All right, so 1 equals, and I have -3, because -3 times 1 is just -3, plus 4. And does that work out? Is -3 plus 4 1? Yep, sure is. And we plug it in. I'll verify it, but I'm sure you're correct. All right, so it's supposed to equal 1 on my bottom equation. And I have 3 times the x value, which also happens to be 1. So it plugs in for the x value. Subtract 2. Okay, so I have 3 times 1 is 3 minus 2. And is 3 minus 2 1? I believe it is. And that is how you solve by graphing. If you want another practice one, there we go. And for that, if you go through and graph that, you should end up getting 2, -1. as your answer. All right.